Thank you, homie.
Yep.
I'm going to start here, and then I'll come to you, and then we'll just talk.
Okay.
Go. All right, everybody, continuing on here throughout pre-week leading up to the Super Bowl. It is Radio Row. I'm Ross Jackson, host of the Locked On Saints podcast here with the Locked On Podcast Network, and I'm joined today by New Orleans Saints quarterback, former Notre Dame quarterback as well, Ian Book. Ian, so glad to have you here, buddy. How you holding up?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Glad to be here with you. How has the Super Bowl week experience been for you so far?
It's been awesome. Got here this morning and just to see all that goes into this.
Yeah.
I was talking earlier. There's so much more behind the scenes that you don't know about.
Yeah.
And just to come down here for the weekend is pretty sweet and see everything going on. And first offseason for me, first Super Bowl week for me. So it's really cool. I'm excited about it.
That's awesome. You had a very adventurous rookie season. Of course, you had that moment to where you got the opportunity to start against the Miami Dolphins, Monday Night Football, and then all the COVID concerns that were around that and everything. How was that opportunity for you to be able to get out there and step under the lights?
Awesome. Yeah, it's just the world we're living in now with COVID.
Yeah.
You got to be ready. I knew it was coming. We had 4 quarterbacks, which is unheard of,
right,
in the NFL, and it was a blessing to get drafted by the Saints and be able to be a part of that quarterback room. And 1 week we coded out with 25 guys with COVID, and we got a Monday night primetime game, and it was just an honor just to be out there, and it's so excited. It didn't go the way any of us wanted it to go, but just to be out there to get the experience,
yeah.
I feel like I learned a lot on the field, and I'm really excited for next year. And,
yeah.
I feel like I learned a lot by being able to do it, because everything I was doing that year was watching reps. I probably watched a million reps, so it was cool to get out there and play again.
That's awesome. And you got an opportunity early on in the season. A lot of reports came out during the Carolina Panthers game about helping with substitutions. What was that experience like? And I'm sure that still had some benefit to you as well as you went through.
Yeah, just being able to do something to help out the team. You play a lot in college, and then the NFL, you never know. Everyone's great. You gotta work for that spot. And even just by week 3, whatever it was, week 4. Again, another COVID situation where we needed someone to step up and relay the personnel. And for the Saints, personnel's a really big deal.
Yeah.
We try to get mismatches by switching up our personnel, and they wanted me to echo it so everyone could hear it and be in charge of that on the sideline. So it was cool. First little thing I got to do to help out the team.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you mentioned in the COVID season and sort of this world that we're in about always being prepared. I know you're moving into your first offseason in the NFL now. You talked a little bit about your time with the New Orleans Saints already, but I want to hear a little bit, if you don't mind, about just your relationship with Sean Payton, who of course has stepped away for this 2022 season. How was it working with him for that season?
It was great, and it was short. I wish could be with him more, just because of just the way he does things. I learned in a year is pretty special. He's a grinder. He works hard, and he's got the football mind, and not everybody has that. And just to see him, work with quarterbacks, come in and talk, write plays on the board, talk about what he sees, and then most importantly, his memory is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was only there for the season, but to hear him just sit there and be like, oh yeah, we ran this play 8 years ago on the right sideline against blah, blah, I'm like, and then he pulls it up in a second. I'm like, it's pretty special. So it was cool, though, that I could have, him, as a mentor and a coach for a season. So excited for him and what he does next. And I'm not going to be surprised if he comes back to football just from knowing him for a year.
Yeah.
He loves the game, and I know it's a grind, and he'll enjoy this year off, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I have the feeling he'll enjoy TV for a little while if he gets that opportunity, but he'll eventually be back.
Yeah. But it was cool. It was an honor, and just to learn from him was pretty sweet.
That's awesome. And now the New Orleans Saints, as of just this week, announcing that Dennis Allen, former defensive coordinator, will now be the head coach. What's your relationship with Dennis Allen, and how excited are you that he's going to be taking over the reins?
Yeah, it's great. I'm excited for him, and obviously he's a defensive guy. He was the defensive coordinator, but just to see the way he ran the team the week that Sean was out with COVID was pretty cool. And I imagine we're going to get that same coach, and he cares, and the guys play hard for him, and I'm excited for him. So. Excited to get back to work, excited for him, and I think we got the team that can do it.
That's awesome.
Hopefully we're in this game next year.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll Glendale, Arizona, and then I'll be interviewing you then, and we're talking about, hey, you're a little busy this week, but I appreciate you making time. You playing the quarterback position, you got the opportunity to see Dennis Allen's defense a ton, and obviously you see it a lot different than a lot of us with the experience that you have. What can you say about Dennis Allen's defense as a quarterback?
Yeah. First thing I would say is they do a great job getting to the quarterback, whether that's, 5-man rush or 4-man rush. We got the guys that can do it, and it's a creative package, that gets to the QB, and we showed that this year, especially in the second half of the season with a ton of sacks. So they get to the quarterback fast, and then the DBs do an unbelievable job of disguising coverage. And I would say, for me, I remember like their third down package day when I was running scout. Yeah. It's confusing. They do a great job, and they play well together. They know where they need to be at the right time, and they trust each other in terms of communication, which is huge. So
yeah.
And they fly around. There's like a certain energy to the defense for the Saints, I can tell.
Yeah.
They play for each other. They have fun, and they really fly to the ball and play hard, and they kind of have a cool swag to them, which is really cool. And I think that energy just helps boost our whole entire team. We needed that this year with these guys, and they brought it.
Yeah, and that helps the offense too, right? To see that attitude, to see that swagger.
Fired up, no doubt, 100%. It works back and forth, and those are the ebbs and flows in the game that you need, and you got to, it's good to see that on defense too. It just brings energy to the offense.
Yeah, I'm sure it feels nice as a quarterback to know, hey, we have this defense that's going to get the ball back in our hands.
100%,
like that, right?
Yeah, never a doubt that we were going to get either a big play from somebody or the ball back or a strip set. It happened, felt like every game. So it's pretty cool to have that and know that their defense is going to give us points or another opportunity to score. It's pretty special.
You're going into the offseason here. What's the focus this offseason? Just is it kind of a recovery situation at this point after your first year of the NFL, or is it more prep for the next thing?
Prep for the next thing. Obviously they played one game and came out healthy. So I'm healthy, and it's the first time I've had an offseason. I'm trying to figure out how I like it so I can get in the routine. It's a good amount of time off. So I've spent a good amount of time with family and got a vacation coming up in Hawaii. And then once that's over, I'll really get it picked up and get throwing and get working with these guys. But for me, it's about working on my skill set and then, figuring out what they do on offense and seeing what the playbook is like. Is it different? Is it the same? And taking that next step.
Yeah, it's a little bit of recharge the body, recharge the mind, and then
be able
to get everything in. That's great. Ian Book, New Orleans Saints quarterback, here with us. Just a couple more quick questions for you, because I want to talk to you a bit about Ronald Curry. He's somebody whose career I've followed quite a bit, Tar Heel fan for a long time. Got to see him do both sports and be incredible at both of them. But when you are not both sports, two sports, and it was incredible. There's more than two sports. I'm sorry, there's more. But now he's moving into, or has moved into, this quarterback coach position. There's an open offensive coordinator position, we think, at this moment. We'll see how that all goes with everything. But regardless of that, what is your experience working with Ronald Curry?
It was great. It was new for both of us. My first year in that quarterback room, his first year as the quarterback coach. So it was cool because I felt like I was his guy, and he told me that before. I was his rookie, so it was really cool. He took me under his wing immediately. He was always willing to work with me extra hours, which was awesome for me. I needed someone like that. We had a quarterback room that was doing the same, but those guys got things that they got to worry about. So just to have RC there with me was huge, and he taught me a lot. He's done it at all the levels. He's done it at a few positions, not just quarterback. He knows how to play the game, and he works hard. So I'm excited. Whatever they do, I'm excited to get to work, but I'm excited to work again with RC, and I know he pushes me to be a better football player and be a better man. So I really appreciate that from him.
That's awesome. You have a competitive fire. You are a competitor. I've always loved it about you when you were playing at Notre Dame, and then you can see it in you throughout that Miami Dolphins game, as well as I got to see you during training camp and everything as well. Are you looking at this offseason as an opportunity to perhaps step into a starting role, or are you just kind of letting it be whatever?
No. Well, things will unfold the way they unfold, and that's kind of always been my mentality. I'm going to take care of what I got to take care of, whatever the situation is. But yes, I plan on going in there and getting reps and show what I can do.
Leave no doubt, right?
Last year, leave no doubt. I'm excited. I just want to go in there and play and show it. And obviously, the Miami game that I got the opportunity for wasn't what I wanted, But it is what it is. And again, I'm just excited to get out there and get to work, get some reps, battle with all the quarterbacks. That's fun. It makes us all play better, and I just feel so much more comfortable. You get a year under your belt, really makes a big difference. So I'm excited for it.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'm excited to see you, man. I'll be out there at training camp. Good. Excited to cover all throughout the games. Everybody's pulling for you, man, and love the fact that you ended up in New Orleans, and can't wait to see what's next for you.
Thanks. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, buddy. Ian Book, New Orleans Saints quarterback, Ross Jackson, Locked On Saints, here with the Locked On Podcast Network, here through Radio Row all week. We got you covered. Your team every day.
Sweet.
Beautiful. Thank you, homie.
Thanks,
I really appreciate you, man.